Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace. Good evening. It's good to be with you again. I welcome you with all my heart. The question I'm usually asked a lot is this: if I become liberated? And of course you can't become liberated, you already are. When I awaken, I realize the mind has to be annihilated, destroyed, wiped out when one is awakened. So, will I be able to function without a mind? I've explained this many times, but most people cannot understand it so clearly, because it is very difficult to understand it with your finite thinking. They also tell me, we watch the Jnani, and the Jnani acts just like we do. If a Jnani doesn't have a mind, how can he think? How can he plan? How can he make decisions? We'll go into this a little bit. There are two answers. One is from the absolute sense, and one is from the relative sense. And it's all nonsense. Who asked the question? The Jnani or the Ajnani? The Jnani knows that there is no mind and there is no action. No action is being taken. No thing is being done. There is absolutely no movement. Yet the appearance is that the Jnani moves and talks and eats and goes to the bathroom and watches TV and goes to a movie and does many so-called human things. How can this be? We appear to live in two universes. One is the universe of movement, of action, and two is the universe of God. So to speak, non-movement, non-duality. Yet they are both one. There are not really two, they are one, but they appear to be two. There appears to be other people sitting here. I appear to be talking, but I realize nothing is going on. This explains how sages such as Ramakrishna, Ramana Maharshi, and others, Nisargadatta too, were able to have such acute diseases like cancer, and yet they were able to laugh until they dropped their body. In truth, there is no cancer. Nobody died. There is no body to drop. But in the relative world, everything seems to happen. As long as you are working from your senses, you will see, feel, hear, touch, and smell the phenomenal universe. You will believe that you are the doer. Whereas when you awaken, there is no doer. There is no one left to experience anything. This is quite a paradox, but it is the absolute truth. Nothing is happening. No one is doing anything. As you unfold, you begin to become non-attached, non-reactive, and you get a glimpse of what this is. You become happy, peaceful, for no reason at all. For the sake of the relative world, certain examples are given, such as you shoot an arrow in the air, and even if you become enlightened after you shoot the arrow, you cannot stop the arrow from going to its destination. The arrow represents the so-called body. You have become self-realized, but the arrow will carry on as long as it is in the air, until it reaches its mark. So it is with the sage. The sage knows he is not the doer and there is nothing going on. Yet the body appears to be working and doing things. The body is like the arrow moving through the air. When it reaches its destination, that is when the body of the Jnani appears to drop and the Jnani no longer functions with the body. Another example is the potter's wheel. When the potter finishes turning the wheel and the object of his making has been completed, he takes his foot off the pedal or pulls out the electric cord or turns off the switch. Yet the wheel still moves before it stops, without any current, without any pressure. And so it is with the body of the Jnani. The body goes through prarabdhic karma, completing its karma from past lives. Therefore, the body appears to be doing things, moving, acting, until the body drops. As far as the Jnani is concerned, there is no difference between having a body and not having a body. It's all the same to the Jnani. No change has been made. The change is only in the eyes of others. People see the change. But in truth and in reality, no change has been made. When I came in this evening, I recall seeing these examples in various books. In our library, we have Day by Day with Bhagavan. I searched for the clue for what I was going to talk about and found it exactly like what I was saying. Listen attentively, and you'll hear it from another point of view. Various illustrations are given in books to enable us to understand how the Jnani can live and act without the mind. Although living and acting require the use of the mind, the potter's wheel goes on turning round even after the potter has ceased to turn it because the pot is finished. In the same way, the electric fan goes on revolving for some minutes after we switch off the current. The power which created the body will make it go through whatever activities it was meant for. But the Jnani goes through all these activities without the notion that he is the doer of them. It is hard to understand how this is possible. The illustration generally given is that the Jnani performs actions in some such way as a child that is roused from sleep to eat, eats, but does not remember next morning that it ate. It has to be remembered that all these explanations are not for the Jnani. He knows and has no doubt. He knows that he is not the body and is not doing anything, even though his body may be engaged in some activity. These explanations are for the onlookers who think of the Jnani as one with the body and cannot help identifying him with his body. Any amount of action can be performed and performed quite well by the Jnani without his identifying himself with it in any way, or ever imagining that he is the doer. Some power acts through his body and uses his body to get the work done. This should clear up that point because so many of you have been worried. When I become self-realized, I'll be worthless, I'll be nothing, I will not be able to function. So you can see that the performance will not stop. Yet you will realize that it is not you that is performing. You will be totally free and liberated, happy, peaceful, joyous, blissful, and yet the work will go on. Many people, after they get into this teaching, become fearful after a while. They believe they will lose all their reason, they will lose their mind. That is exactly what is supposed to happen. They have been brought up to believe that if you lose your mind, you become insane. Let me be insane. The mind is what keeps you glued to the world. The mind is what makes you emotional, what causes the stress, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the anger, the reaction. All that comes from the mind. Consequently, wouldn't it be wonderful if you lost your mind? All of those traits would be totally transcended. You would be one-pointed, you would be at peace. All the various thoughts about the world, your body, anything external to yourself would totally disappear. There will no longer be a God who punishes you. There will no longer be karma that wants to get even with you. There will no longer be a past. There would be absolute nothingness. Your body is doing the thing it came to this earth to do. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. If your body is supposed to have cancer and even die from the cancer, what has that to do with you? You are not that one. You are not that person. Just thinking about these things makes you free. What difference does it make what experiences the body is going through when you begin to realize that is not you? You therefore stop worrying, stop fretting. Whenever you think this way, that you want to save your body and you want good things to happen to your body, you believe you are the body. If you only knew you are not the body, you could never be hurt. There will be no one who suffers. The so-called suffering is only an appearance. It is not real. It is only real to the one who identifies with the body and believes that they are the doer. You are totally free. You are the absolute reality. You are the pure awareness. You are Parabrahman. You are totally emancipated. That is your real nature. And your real nature is what you are now. Time only exists for the human being, for the body, for the mind. But for yourself there is no time, there is no space. For you are that. If you are self-contained reality, all-pervading, omnipresent, there is no space, there is no room for time or anything else. For you take up all space absolutely. Identify with your real self. Stop identifying with the things of the body. A good practice to remember is whenever you feel any emotion or whenever you feel anything that has to do with the body, immediately remember, I am not the body, I am not the mind. I am not this ego that appears to want something or desire anything or which needs to be a certain way or has to remove something. You are not that person. You are total freedom, absolute happiness, nirvana, ultimate oneness. When you think about yourself in those terms. Do not question yourself. Do not analyze yourself. Do not wonder about this. Do not say to yourself, I hope it becomes so. Live in the moment of eternity. Live only as yourself. Your mind is a conglomeration of thoughts. That is all it is. Thoughts about the past and worries about the future. Your mind is not your friend. Your mind is never your friend. Your ego allows the good things that come to you to make you believe that you are the body enjoying the good things. But the enjoyer is the body. Anything external to you is the body mind. There is no difference between good and bad. You have to go beyond those things. You do not wish to experience good and you do not wish to experience bad. You just do not wish to experience. There is no one to experience. Of course, when you get to that stage, the feeling of birth and death has left you. You never think, well, I guess when I drop my body, I'll be free. You never think my body is holding me back. If you think this way, remember this. You will never be free when that happens, because you are believing that you are the experiencer again. You have to awaken now, not tomorrow, not when you drop your body, not in your next life. You want to awaken now. You want to be free now. You want to be liberated now. As you keep thinking about these lines and keep pondering these things, always coming to the ultimate truth. I am. I am not this and I am not that. I am. Do not allow your mind to think further than that. Keep your mind empty. Be natural. Be spontaneous. Do not try to make yourself popular or believe you know something that somebody else doesn't know. Be yourself and then see what you really do. By being yourself, others who come into close proximity to you will be helped tremendously by your doing absolutely nothing. Think of most of the things you do all day. Aren't they egotistical? Aren't they to preserve your body, to make your body better, to make your mind sharper, to stand out among men, to want to be recognized, to want name and fame? Your ego is at work. Your mind is tricking you. You are becoming more human than ever and more mental than ever. And people who are like that, the first thing that goes wrong with their lives makes them very irritable. They become angry at people who do not agree with them. They are working from the mind standpoint. Their ego loves this. It loves you to become angry and mad and want to fight. But where are you coming from? Do you want to be free or do you want to be bound? The choice is yours.